title, A Turning Tide, The Shaping of a New Generation. Chapter 1. The Rise of Artificial Intelligence. In recent years, the rapid development of artificial intelligence, AI, has transformed industries, education, and daily life, making it one of the most significant forces shaping the future. AI-driven technologies such as machine learning, robotics, and automation are revolutionizing sectors like healthcare, finance, and manufacturing, allowing for unprecedented levels of efficiency and innovation. However, as AI continues to advance, concerns over job displacement and ethical dilemmas are emerging, prompting societies to reconsider the role of human labor in an increasingly automated world. For the next generation, AI presents both opportunities and challenges. Young people will need to adapt to an economy where creativity, problem-solving, and emotional intelligence are valued more than ever, as routine tasks become automated. Educational systems are beginning to shift towards STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, curriculums, preparing students for careers in tech-related fields. This emphasis on tech-savvy skills is shaping a new mindset in the younger generation, one focused on innovation and digital literacy. Yet, the broader societal implications of AI are only beginning to be understood. Questions surrounding data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the ethics of AI in decision-making processes loom large. As governments, corporations, and individuals grapple with these issues, the next generation will play a crucial role in defining how AI is regulated and integrated into daily life, shaping the ethical framework of future societies. Chapter 2. Climate Change and Youth Activism. Climate change has moved from a distant threat to a pressing reality, with its impacts being felt globally through wildfires, hurricanes, and rising sea levels. What makes this issue particularly relevant to the next generation is the growing role of youth activism, spearheaded by figures like Greta Thunberg. These young leaders are demanding immediate action from governments and corporations, positioning climate change as the defining issue for their generation. This surge in youth activism is reshaping political discourse and policymaking. Across the world, young activists are organizing protests, influencing elections, and advocating for environmental legislation. Social media has become a powerful tool for these movements, allowing activists to connect across borders and amplify their voices. The next generation is not only aware of the dire consequences of climate inaction, but is also actively working towards solutions through renewable energy, conservation, and sustainable practices. As this movement grows, it is also fostering a sense of global responsibility among young people. They recognize the interconnectedness of environmental and social justice issues, pushing for systemic changes that address both climate change and inequality. This shift towards environmental consciousness is likely to drive policy reforms and shape the values of future societies, making sustainability a core principle for the next generation. Chapter 3. The Digital Economy and the Gig Workforce. The rise of the digital economy, powered by platforms like Uber, Airbnb, and freelance marketplaces, is reshaping the concept of work for the next generation. Unlike traditional employment models, the gig economy offers flexibility and autonomy, allowing individuals to work on their own terms. However, this shift also raises concerns about job security, benefits, and income stability, creating a new landscape of economic uncertainty. For many young workers, the gig economy provides an alternative to the conventional 9-to-5 job. With the ability to work remotely, set their own hours, and pursue multiple income streams, the next generation is embracing the freedom offered by these platforms. Yet, the lack of protections like health insurance, retirement benefits, and paid leave exposes workers to greater financial risk, raising questions about the long-term sustainability of this model. The next generation will need to navigate this evolving economy by developing a diverse skill set and leveraging digital tools to remain competitive. Governments and labor organizations are beginning to explore ways to provide protections for gig workers, potentially reshaping labor laws to accommodate this new workforce. How these issues are addressed will have profound implications for economic stability and worker rights in the decades to come. Chapter 4. Mental Health in the Age of Social Media. The proliferation of social media has transformed communication and connectivity, but it has also brought about new challenges related to mental health. For the next generation, growing up in a hyper-connected world means grappling with issues like cyberbullying, anxiety, and the pressures of maintaining a curated online identity. The impact of social media on self-esteem, relationships, and mental well-being is a growing concern for parents, educators, and health professionals. While social media provides platforms for self-expression and community building, it can also foster unrealistic standards of success and beauty, leading to feelings of inadequacy. Young people are increasingly aware of these dangers, with many advocating for greater digital literacy and healthier online habits. Initiatives to promote mental well-being and resilience are emerging, with schools incorporating mindfulness programs and governments pushing for better regulation of social media platforms. The next generation will likely take a more balanced approach to technology, seeking ways to harness its benefits while mitigating its negative effects on mental health. As awareness grows around these issues, mental health advocacy will play a central role in shaping policies and practices that promote healthier, more supportive online environments. Chapter 5. Global Migration and Identity. Migration is one of the defining issues of the 21st century, driven by factors such as conflict, economic instability, and climate change. The next generation will inherit a world marked by increasing mobility, as millions of people are displaced and seek refuge in new countries. This wave of migration is reshaping national identities and forcing societies to grapple with questions of inclusion, diversity, and cultural integration. For young people, migration is not just a political issue, but a personal one. Many are part of the diaspora or have close connections to migrant communities, giving them a unique perspective on issues of belonging and identity. The next generation is more likely to embrace multiculturalism and advocate for policies that support refugees and immigrants, challenging traditional notions of citizenship and borders. As the world becomes more interconnected, the next generation will play a pivotal role in shaping a more inclusive global society. They will need to navigate the complexities of cultural identity while advocating for human rights and social justice. How they respond to the challenges of migration will define the future of international relations and global cooperation. Chapter 6. The Resurgence of Authoritarianism. In recent years, authoritarianism has been on the rise in several parts of the world, threatening democratic norms and institutions. Leaders who seek to consolidate power by undermining free press, judicial independence, and civil liberties have sparked concerns about the erosion of democracy. For the next generation, this resurgence of authoritarianism represents a critical challenge to the ideals of freedom and human rights. Young people are increasingly engaged in political activism, using social media and digital platforms to resist authoritarian regimes and promote democratic values. From protests in Hong Kong to movements in Belarus, the next generation is at the forefront of the fight for political freedom. This activism is shaping a new generation of leaders who are committed to defending democracy and promoting transparency in governance. The future of global politics will largely depend on how the next generation responds to the threats posed by authoritarianism. Will they succeed in restoring faith in democratic institutions, or will authoritarian leaders continue to gain ground? The answer will have lasting implications for the balance of power and the preservation of human rights around the world. Chapter 7. Gender Equality and the Fight for Inclusivity. The fight for gender equality has made significant strides in recent years, but there is still much work to be done. Issues such as the gender pay gap, reproductive rights, and workplace discrimination remain persistent challenges. For the next generation, the push for gender equality is closely tied to broader movements for inclusivity. Chapter 8. The Fourth Industrial Revolution. The Fourth Industrial Revolution is characterized by the fusion of technologies that blur the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Innovations such as blockchain, biotechnology, and 5G connectivity are transforming industries and creating new possibilities for human advancement. The next generation will grow up in a world where these technologies are deeply integrated into daily life, shaping everything from healthcare to communication. For young people, the Fourth Industrial Revolution presents opportunities to solve some of the world's most pressing challenges, from disease to climate change. However, it also raises concerns about the ethical implications of new technologies, particularly in areas like genetic engineering and surveillance. The next generation will need to balance the potential benefits of these technologies with the need to protect individual rights and prevent misuse. As the world enters this new era of technological innovation, the next generation will play a key role in determining how these advancements are applied. Their ability to navigate the ethical, economic, and societal implications of the Fourth Industrial Revolution will define the future trajectory of human progress. Chapter 9. The Future of Education. Education is undergoing a significant transformation, driven by advances in technology and changing societal needs. The traditional model of education, centered around classrooms and standardized testing, is being challenged by new approaches that emphasize personalized learning, critical thinking, and digital literacy. The next generation will benefit from more flexible, student-centered educational models that prepare them for a rapidly changing world. Online learning platforms, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality are revolutionizing the way students learn, offering new opportunities for collaboration and engagement. These technologies are breaking down barriers to education, making it more accessible to students around the world. However, they also raise concerns about equity, as not all students have equal access to these resources, particularly in developing countries. Bridging this digital divide will be critical for ensuring that the benefits of educational innovation are shared by all students, regardless of their geographic or socioeconomic background. The next generation will play a pivotal role in reimagining the future of education, advocating for more inclusive, equitable systems that address the diverse needs of learners. By embracing new technologies and fostering a lifelong learning mindset, they will help create educational environments that are not only more adaptive to change, but also more responsive to the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Chapter 10. Global Health and Pandemic Preparedness. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the vulnerabilities of global health systems and underscored the need for better preparedness in the face of future health crises. For the next generation, the pandemic is a defining event that has reshaped their understanding of public health, science, and the role of government in safeguarding human lives. The lessons learned from this global crisis will influence how societies approach health challenges in the future. Pandemic preparedness has become a top priority for governments, healthcare institutions, and international organizations, with an emphasis on strengthening global cooperation and improving healthcare infrastructure. The development of vaccines and treatments during COVID-19 demonstrated the power of scientific collaboration, but it also exposed deep inequities in healthcare access. The next generation will be tasked with addressing these disparities, ensuring that future health solutions are distributed fairly across all populations. In addition to pandemic preparedness, the next generation will need to tackle other global health issues, such as the rise of antibiotic resistance, mental health crises, and the impacts of climate change on public health. Their ability to respond to these challenges with innovation, empathy, and global solidarity will be crucial in shaping a healthier, more resilient world for future generations. Conclusion: Shaping the Future. The events and trends outlined in this book represent just a fraction of the forces shaping the future for the next generation. From technological advancements to social movements, global health to climate action, the challenges and opportunities ahead will require a generation that is adaptable, innovative, and committed to equity and justice. As these young leaders take on the responsibility of navigating a rapidly changing world, they will shape the political, economic, and social landscapes of the future. Their ability to learn from the past, embrace new possibilities, and build bridges across divides will determine the trajectory of global progress. In the face of uncertainty, one thing is clear: the next generation will define the future, and the world will be transformed by their vision, resilience, and collective action.